So I'm super pumped. We got Echo Gaming here with us, the superstar of Diablo Immortal in the realm of other video games. The man, the legend. I'm really excited once again to have him here with us, Echo. How's it going, my friend?
It's great, man. I'm excited about the topic of this video today. Can't wait to dive into it. Thanks for having me on the channel.
Of course, always. So yeah, we're gonna jump right into this. So we're gonna have top likes and dislikes. It's gonna be a conversation between me and Echo, nice and cash. We'll start talking about it. So let's go with the likes. So what is your first like, Echo? You can actually start this conversation.
I'd love to, Nemo. And I'm a casual gamer. Across all the games I play, I'm not trying to be the #1 player in the world. I just want to enjoy the game. Some games I sink a lot of time into, some games I sink less into. So the things that I love about the game are going to be casual player type things, like rifts inside of Diablo Immortal. I particularly love Elder Rifts. I love just the mechanics of it, how it works. I love the modifiers that you get from putting crests into your rifts, and I love being able to play with friends in such a casual format, take down some demons and slay those bosses. Probably one of my favorite things to do in Diablo Immortal.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Rifts are super fun. Plus, I love playing them with you. I think the last video, right? We played them together, did some work. It was a lot of fun.
Always do.
I'll jump into this. So one of my likes is the balance of characters and how different they are. How you can play as a wizard and be really envious of the barbarian, or you could play as a barbarian and be really envious of the crusader, and so on and so forth. Each class has a balance, has its own little special thing that all the other classes kind of look at and want. But the balance is so, I would say, it's really even to where like it's very difficult for me to pick out what my character is going to be when the game finally comes out. I'm still having a hard time, even though, of course, I'm leaning towards the wizard. It's really difficult. Echo, do you have a character? Have you picked out which one you're going to start with?
It's funny you say that, Nemo, because I was thinking about this the other day, and I love the Necromancer. But with the way that Diablo Immortal is, I don't think that I want the Necromancer to be my primary. And I was watching some Crusader gameplay, and man, that's a beastly character to play. But I'm a barbarian at heart, but the monk is pretty sick, jumping off walls and things. It's real. I'm still on the fence. If I had to choose right now, I'd say barbarian, but that could change upon launch. How about you? Wizard?
It's really tough, man. I mean, I'd say the wizard, but I also love the barbarian. I started playing Immortal with, I used to be barbarian in D3, but now I played with the necro and I really love the necro. I can't decide. I really don't know. I honestly do not know.
It's difficult, man.
Let's go with the second like. Actually, since we're on the roll here with the legs, what is your second like on Immortal?
Well, first of all, I really approve of your first like. That's a great one. I didn't even think about. Balance is on point. But my second favorite is the campaign. I just love the zones that you go through. I love how they're all themed. I love how they change all the time, and I love how there's pop-up dungeons and stuff inside of the campaign. I feel like I could log into the game every day, run some bounties, and kind of explore the land and find some things that I maybe haven't found before, find some pop-ups, and really just have fun, again, as a casual player, not trying to be #1 in the world.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I love the hidden layers and all that. That's a really cool aspect of the game. And of course, it has some of the gems in it that you really need, so definitely A+ over there. I'll go and add to that and say that one of my likes is the depth of the game and how much stuff there is to do. I'll add on to the hidden layers and the rifts and the challenge rifts and the PvE, the PvP, and there's so much to do. It'll satisfy anyone who's super casual to who wants to play the game for the entire 24 hours of the day if they want to. There's a lot of stuff to do, and I really love that about Immortal.
Yeah, I think you're on point with that. I'm going to jump right on into my third favorite thing right here, Nemo, and it's the party system and the socialization that Blizzard has put into this game. They made a conscious effort to make it an enjoyable experience within your clan, or if you're in a shadow group. It's just a nice social experience to play Diablo Immortal. Very easy to communicate with your friends, very easy to team up and participate in events together. They just want this to be a community game and not just a solo game. What's your third one?
All right, my third one, and this is going to be a good one. It's what I call sights and sounds. It's the entire package of the game. It's what the graphics of it, the sounds of it, the controls. I'm absolutely actually in love with the mobile controls for this game. I've played a lot of different mobile games, and I'm not really a big didn't used to be a big fan of on-screen controls, but I haven't even tried the controller support in this game because it's so on point. I think the overall package just really makes you feel like you're immersed in the universe. It's very Diablo-like. It sounds Diablo-like. It feels Diablo. It looks Diablo-like. I think that whole, it just really, they hit the nail on the coffin, so to speak, right on the spot.
I like that, nail in the coffin. And yeah, you nailed it, man. That's and that's why they brought a lot of sounds over for some of the from some of the older Diablo games, because this is a Diablo game. We should have some of those elements. We should have those classes, those looks, those feels, and we do. By the way, have you seen the grass in Diablo Immortal? Man, beautiful.
Nice, I like that. All right, so no more Mr. Nice Guys. All right, now let's get to the dislikes. The top 3 things that you do not like about Diablo Immortal. You start us off, Echo.
Charms, man. Charms are a waste of my time. I do not like how you get a charm, you go to upgrade it through the upgrading process, and you get traits for other character classes that are useless, and you can't switch them out. It's just difficult. It's a waste of time, in my opinion, and I really think that it's put into the game just to waste resources. It's like a resource sink. I know that you had some beastly charms. I never did. Upon multiple attempts to make a charm that at least had 2 characteristics of my class, and I never got it. I just don't love the system. I don't love how random it is, so it's not my least favorite thing about the game though, but it's the first one that I'm mentioning here. What's yours?
All right, sounds good. No, charm is pretty difficult. All right,
yeah.
Mine is going to be politics in the game, specifically things that are tied to the cycle of strife. I really do not like that. I feel like a lot of the times that spoils some of the I think a game should be super pure, and I really think that politics just dilutes all of that and makes it not pure and not fun. So there are specific politics in the game that I don't really like, and I'm going to definitely put that as my number 1.
Well, that's actually great, Nemo, because that was my number 2. Politics stink, in my opinion. I'm not into politics in real life, and I'm not into them in my gaming, and I don't like it when you're rewarded from knowing someone versus from performing inside of the game. And the way that it currently sits with the shadows and the immortals and all of that process, if you know someone, you could be moved up to a position that you may not deserve. That's a definition of politics right there. And I think it's a great number 1 for you. And again, it was the number 2 for me. What's your number 2?
Sure. I'll follow up with the monetization system. My number 2 is definitely, I do not like the monetization system. I feel like you can indirectly buy power. I don't like the fact that that you could buy gems. I really don't like any of that system of how the awakening works and how you need to upgrade some gems 50 plus times just to get up 1 level. To me, the monetization system is a bit odd, and I really do feel like you can buy offensive defensive ratings, which really affects the rest of the game. And now you can even buy Scoria and all the rest of those packs. I really don't like that. I feel like that's gonna just dilute the quality or the purity of the game, I should say.
Yeah, I happen to agree with you on all fronts there, Nemo, but the shop and monetization doesn't bother me as a player. And I know that a lot of people hate the pay to win or mobile gaming that have loot box strategies or things inside of the game that are going to allow you to gain power. For me, the way I plan on playing Diablo Immortal, I'm not looking to be number 1 in the world. I'm not going to be the one that's looking to be the best in any area, but I'm going to be looking at how I can get the most enjoyment out of the game. For me, I'm going to buy the battle pass every month. I'm going to buy the boon of plenty, and I'm going to buy the packs, the deals that pop up after you finish a dungeon. And that's probably going to be it for me. Just those things. I don't need to buy all that power because I'm not trying to be number 1. So for me, that's not as big a deal, but I know that a lot of people are going to agree with you there.
Yeah. Well, let's jump into your, should I say, third dislike? What do you got for me?
Yeah, my third dislike is actually the thing that I dislike the most, which is very sad, Nemo, because it's my favorite thing and was my biggest hope for the game. And that's PvP, Nemo. PvP as it sits in Diablo Immortal is not good. from the queue time it takes to find a match, from the actual battle itself, I don't really enjoy it, from how you could go in there underpowered and get smoked by your opponents, one-shotted or two-shotted. It just seems really clunky and unbalanced. So it's two separate things that bother me. The clunkiness of it with the matchmaking system that I think is poor, and the just how you could go against people that are so much more powerful than you and you can't enjoy it. I think that they need to have a ranked system, as they have now, and a unranked system where you go in with no power, everyone is on an even playing field, and maybe have some different game modes than the same game mode all the time. Maybe just like a deathmatch style for some people that are really casual. I'm telling you, Nemo, I would play that 75% of the time, even if it wasn't ranked.
Oh, that's actually solid points. I happen to agree with pretty much everything you said. So
now, okay, well, what's your final dislike?
it's a tough one, but my final dislike is the fact that you cannot transfer stuff from your characters. So the fact that you're kind of locked in, it jumped into one of my favorite likes for the game, right? The fact that there's a lot of balance between the characters, but that's also a dislike because of the balance, because I want to play all the different characters. This is not going to allow me to do that. If I start with the wizard and I start playing with it and real money's involved, I'm going to start buying things and I can't transfer either my gems, which cost a lot, as we talked about that, right? It could be 50 plus per level. That's like hundreds of dollars, you know, even thousands for some people.
Yeah.
If you can't transfer that, what happens when the new character comes out? And I know I spoke about that with different in different videos, but Diablo is all about trying new tunes and playing with different characters and discovering new builds. And this specific thing, it just kind of really is gonna basically make me just play one tune, and that's not cool. I really don't like that.
I agree 100%. My initial thought was I'll grind all these different characters, but the game is not lending itself well unless if you're a super casual player. In addition, even the battle pass, did you notice, Nemo, when you're earning your rewards from the battle pass, many of the rewards will say it's only available for this one character? In the past, I was under the impression that the battle pass, you got a reward, you could use the battle pass across all of your accounts, but it's not the case, I don't believe. Although I only did one account in this closed beta or open beta. Yeah, I agree with you there, Nemo. You brought up some good points today.
You are correct about the battle pass, by the way. It used to be across all the characters, and it is not. You can get some stuff, but right, the good stuff you can't get from multiple characters. So, agreed.
That stinks. So to get the good stuff, you need to buy a battle pass across all accounts, which no one's gonna do because no one's gonna grind these max level characters with max level gems to max level across multiple different characters. This has to be something that's fixed, and I think it has to for their sake, because when they come out with a witch doctor class, everyone's going to be so invested in the class they already have that they're not going to want to switch things over. There needs to be a transfer. Even if it costs money to transfer, it has to be available so that they can continue to grow the game over time with different options and different classes and different abilities.
100% agreed, Echo. I hope they listen to us. All right, so now that you know both of our likes, well, all of our likes and dislikes, please let us know down below in the comments. We definitely want to know, what are your top likes and dislikes for Diablo Immortal? We're going to be in there answering your questions. And if you don't agree with some of ours, please let us know down below. We'd love to hear it. Also, since Echo came to visit us, please let us know where we can find you. If somebody else, whoever lives on the moon, doesn't know who Echo is, how can we find you, my friend?
I think for the purpose of this video, the best place for all of you to visit is my YouTube channel for Diablo, which is called Echo Gaming Diablo, where I put out videos just like Nemo on Diablo Immortal. Many of those videos include Nemo. Actually, we're going to record one right after this. So come through, see Nemo over there and say hi.
And once again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.